The first truth has been revealed, not like in a religious sense, just like in a right-wing social media sense. Donald Trump has sent out his first, let's keep it real, tweet on Truth Social. So this was tweeted out by Don Jr., desperately trying to have his father pay attention to him. He tweeted out, "Time for some truth." And then that was a screenshot of a thing that said breaking. This was Donald Trump's first post on Truth Social. I don't understand why he didn't crop that out, but whatever. The initial truth, which is what they call a tweet, was get ready, your favorite president will see you soon. Now that is on Truth Social, and there's a little bit of irony to this. Truth Social was supposed to come out later this month. It's been delayed, as we'll get to. So Donald Trump truthed that out onto a platform that people cannot see it. So it's sort of a tree falling in the woods type situation. And obviously, because the platform basically doesn't have anyone on it, since you can't get on it, the engagement numbers are not gonna be great. So if we could go back to, let's go back to that screenshot of the Don Jr. thing. So you'll notice that you can see that it has 49 hearts, but you might notice that the retruths has been sort of amateurishly whited out to hide the fact that the numbers aren't good. You bozos, you bozos. Anyway, it's coming though, Dan. That's the first truth, but it's coming.
Eagle-eyed viewers at home and viewers of the podcast, question mark, will also notice that the tweet has a 1-day-old timestamp on that. So, or the truth, sorry, has a 1-day-old timestamp on that. So you blocked out the retweets because that was apparently low. Very few replies, no likes, 1 day old, L plus you're old plus you're not president plus ratio.
Plus you look 30. I'm just gonna say, you look 30, Don Jr. Anyway, okay, so that is funny, and I want you to be warned that this is coming, and we'll get more into that. But really fast, we've been alluding to this. Take a look at this next picture. One of these is Truth Social, one is Twitter. Now, you can probably figure out which is which, but are they allowed to do this? It's exactly the same. They have like a lavender color instead of blue, and the check mark, which is a check mark, is red instead of blue. But other than that, everything's in the exact same position. It just says truths instead of tweets, truths and replies instead of tweets and replies. Media is the same. It's all the same. How is it legal to just directly rip every bit of Twitter?
John, you have not seen social media before. Like this is TikTok stories, Instagram stories. This is everything. This is the name of the game. Honestly, I'm surprised it's this, good. I really can't wait for the discourse about these red checks on truth, these elite red checks.
Totally, that's what it's gonna be. So anyway, like that's okay. So you're a little bit more impressed with the quality. It is a multi-billion-dollar social media company, so bear that in mind. It costs billions of dollars to rip off Twitter, like 15 years into Twitter existing. It took you this long. But anyway, it is coming. It was supposed to be here February 21st. It didn't happen. Its stock price plummeted as a result, but it's coming sometime next month. But will it work? Will it be the replacement for Twitter that they want it to be? Well, there's been some responses from people who study social media. So for instance, Joshua Tucker is the co-director of NYU's Center for Social Media and Politics, says a fundamental premise of social media is that the more people who join a platform, the more value it has. So when you start out by lopping off a large percentage of the population, that gets more challenging because it's harder to scale. And that's especially the case when there are alternatives out there that don't have the same limitations as you. So when you say this is going to be the right-wing Twitter, well, the right wing can already be on Twitter. I know they're worried about being shadow banned or whatever, but they can still technically be on it. So it's a little bit limiting, and that has had an effect. We don't know yet on Truth Social, but there have been a lot of right-wing social media sites. And the Washington Post actually did an analysis of 47 different prominent right-wing influencers who went onto Gab or Getter or Rumble or Telegram or whatever. And they found that the number of people following them has barely grown since briefly spiking in January 2021. I wonder why. But since then, it hasn't really grown because all of these other sites that don't limit you politically already exist. I don't know, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this is to get into social media business, what I didn't know we'd be doing on TDR, but that rocks. Like the network effect is when you are usually first to market to something, and then because you and your friends all have the thing, you feel more locked into that thing. That's why people use iMessage, and there's a whole discourse about blue bubbles. That's why a lot of people have Spotify, or a lot of people use these different universal services like that. And so it makes it difficult, like you said, to actually scale these platforms to get people to use them. One counterpoint is maybe if Donald Trump didn't constantly use his platform to say things that constantly get him banned, or like get him removed from these platforms that cause unrest and clearly show that he is trying to spark unrest with people, maybe do things that don't get you banned. There's a lot of right wingers, unfortunately, who are on Twitter who are not banned. Matt Walsh wakes up every day and tweets dumb things, unfortunately. So I have Twitter notifications on, John. I was about to do a whole Matt Walsh is my new Ben Shapiro guy. I'm like, even my brain is not broken enough to do this. It's too much.
I predict that at some point he will be more popular than Ben Shapiro, just because he is more willing to say crazier stuff at a far faster rate. I don't mean talking faster. Nobody's gonna beat Ben Shapiro on that. But that dude, like Matt Walsh, is at like Glenn Greenwald levels of always being on Twitter, always be tweeting. ABT, just ABT all day long. So anyway, we'll see. Some right wingers will definitely sign up for these. They've tried on things like Rumble to expand a little bit by like, paying off like former leftists to try to sheepdog leftists onto their platform or whatever. But these are obviously gonna be made for right wingers. It's gonna be an incredibly toxic and hostile environment. So we'll see how successful they will tend to be. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.